Hello, thank you for letting me speak. My name is Terry Fenna. I live at 2022 East Middle Road in Milton Township. I do not feel an interchange at M will provide the flow of regular customers the city's business leaders are hoping for. In fact, it may cost them much more than they ever anticipated, with still no guarantees. Most interstate travelers already have their destination in mind and don't want to go 3 miles out of their way for a bite to eat or fuel. They want to fuel up and be on their way. This city needs to already be a vibrant and thriving community for them to make Milton their destination. Milton's a nice city, but it's not quite there yet. It can hardly meet its most basic financial needs now. This is not the right time for an interchange. Thank you.
Good evening. I'd like to thank the Common Council for holding this listening session and inviting not only the City of Milton residents, but also those of us who live in the community and whose homes are directly impacted by this proposed interchange. While a great deal of us here tonight do not live in the city limits, we frequent your restaurants, coffee shops, and winery. We visit your doctors, veterinarians, and dentists. We are customers at your salons, stores, and banks. We donate money to your library, fundraisers, and school events. We pay taxes to the City of Milton School District. We have a vested interest in the City of Milton to make rational and sensible decisions when planning for economic growth. We also have a deep passion and determination to save our land, home, and way of life from being invaded by developers and bankers who lack altruistic motives. At this time, an interchange is baseless and premature for the City of Milton to pursue. Given the current infrastructure in place, it would promote leapfrog development and urban sprawl. The discontinuity of Milton will have a harmful impact on the city. Economic focus will be directed towards the interstate. Look at Janesville. They're only now getting aggressive to revitalize their struggling downtown after years of neglect. Whether it was intended or not, they allowed themselves to get misdirected and focused on developing around the interstate, and the inner city suffered for it. The interchange would just be a distraction from concentrating on Milton's real, viable development opportunities. An interchange alone will not bring people to your town. You need to give them more of a reason to come. An interchange is a solution for a traffic problem, not an answer to an economic development dilemma. In fact, the DOT already conducted a study and concluded that an interchange at Highway M was not needed at this time. Over the last 2 weeks, we have spoken to some Milton City residents, teachers, waitresses, stay-at-home parents, and retirees, people whose demographic make up more than a few who own a business here. When asked their opinion on a possible interchange, their response was all the same. They laughed, shook their heads, and said that's not going to solve Milton's problems. And I encouraged them to be here tonight, and most of them declined and expressed a lack of faith in being able to make a difference. The sentiment is that the council is going to do whatever they want anyway, so why bother? What kind of confidence in local government does that convey? With Milton's current budget constraints, it would be irresponsible for the city to distract themselves with a mere want and not a justified need. Decisions need to be made with an educated and intelligent approach in mind, not to justify those who have money to spend and political agendas to fulfill. Committee chairs shouldn't be telling committee members what their opinions should be. And while a listening session is a nice gesture, when are we going to have a discussion session where you answer our questions and we get to find out what's really been going on behind closed doors?
Thank you very much. Next is Tony.
Good evening, Council. Thank you. The only thing I really, I'm on Kidder Road. I pay your school taxes and enjoy doing it. The schools are nice here, and that's why I have one question for you. South of M, there's an interchange. Big green sign says Milton. Just north of M, there's another one. Why anyone feels you need one on M? Is there any plans that you know of to move the Milton West School? Move that out of harm's way? I just want to take everybody in concern that supports this idea. I still have some relatives in that school. One more year, I think, but be forewarned, and not as a threat, but all of us should lay our heads low if any of those kids get hurt because of that interchange. Thank you.
My name's Lucy Guala. I live in Fulton Township, Milton School District. I'm still against interchange, the annexation, any development that might come of it, any mining operation or urban sprawl of the 2,000 plus acres that Bill Watson claims that he owns. I still question who is going to pay for this project. How is it not going to come back on the taxpayers? I-90 is a federally funded road. County M is a county road. Is Milton going to be sponsoring the interchange for Bill Watson? Whose credit card are you going to be using? Whose credit card is Bill Watson going to be using? And since this is the second listening session about this, what has changed that causes us to have another one? At the meeting in September, you guys motioned that you would not spend any more resources or time on this topic until annexation paperwork was filed by Bill Watson. And as your lawyer indicated at the beginning, there is no application present. So why are we here talking about this again? Not to mention again, all the land that's in question is not within the city limits. And on a personal note, I hate coming up here to speak in front of everybody, not just because I don't like public speaking, but because I feel like now I have to defend my home from my hometown. And I feel like we're being probed and almost bullied in a way by Bill Watson for weaknesses to get this interchange in and to get whoever annexes the land a zoning change so he can build a mine. That's all I have to say.
Thank you.
I'm not a City of Milton resident, I'm a Harmony Township resident, but I am a City of Milton, or a school district taxpayer. I'm also a former mayor of a city, a former Economic Development Committee member of Grant County as well as Wood County, and so I do have economic development passion still as it relates to making sure that you're looking for the right things to do to increase the abilities to pay for taxes for the city as well as the school district. I think you ought to proceed with the project slowly, cautiously. These things do not come easy. You have a lot of opposition, obviously, but I think it's a good move that you have somebody at least willing to step up and make some commitment that they want to do some type of project towards economic development. Thank you.
I'm also have 3 kids in the school district, but I'm a town of Fulton resident and I'm also a town of Fulton supervisor. And so obviously this interchange would greatly affect our township. And since there is a new city administrator and some new council members from the last listening session, just wanted to remind the council that the town of Fulton has sent letters to the city in regards to any development or interchanges, and just basically want to remind you our doors are open and we're open for any discussions.
Thank you very much.